we're going to dig deep into the horsepower and muscle car wars of the 1960s. Specifically, we're going to look at 4 obscure, rare, and perhaps forgotten cars from Chevrolet that could be ordered from the factory with high horsepower engines and non-muscle car trim levels. So here we go, 4 stealthy Chevrolet factory surprise sleeper cars. First up is a car that could be ordered with a new from 1965 high-output 327 cubic inch motor, coded as the L79 option, rated at 350 horsepower. The e-ticket ride to stealthy superstardom back in 1965 was to order this engine in the lightest, mid-size, stripped-down plain Janer you could find in the Chevrolet brochure. That would be the Chevelle 300 two-door sedan. This was not a Malibu or SS version, but the most basic Chevelle you could get. In 1965, Chevrolet debuted the L79 327 cubic inch engine with a 4-barrel carburetor. These could be ordered for installation in any Chevelle body style or trim configuration except the SS 396s. So what did people in search of the best power to weight ratio do who wanted to go racing on a budget? They ordered a stripped-down Chevelle 300 series with the L79 together with a 4-speed and positive traction differential, and not much else. Some people took the low-key sleeper mindset to an even higher level by ordering a 4-door 300 series Chevelle with the L79. It is estimated that only 79 cars were ever produced this way, making it as rare as a cuddly rattlesnake. This lightweight car could do the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds and can get to 60 miles per hour from a dead stop in 5.7 seconds, ensuring that Grandma could get home from the grocery store before her TV stories even started. The ultra-sneaky L79 300 Chevelle sleeper might be even rarer than the Chevelle SS Z16, of which there were only 201 produced. Next up is a large-bodied Chevrolet that gets recognition for being a secret factory muscle car from the 1963 through 1964 model years. This one included the 409 cubic inch engine with dual 4-barrel carburetors that put out 425 horsepower. Only 96 of these cars were ever ordered in the sleeper mode configuration. Very few survive to this day and are highly sought after by collectors. In fact, one of the 96 used to reside in Baseball Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson's car collection. Can you guess what it might be? It is the 1963 through 1964 Chevrolet Biscayne 409 425 horsepower 4-speed. This is the car that the Beach Boys sang about in their song 409. These brutish Biscaynes came without power steering, air conditioning, or power brakes, and kept one on their toes when it came time to put the power down. These could accelerate 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds flat and do the quarter mile in 14.5 seconds. Not too shabby for a large Chevy in 1964. These occasionally come up at auction, where their rarity and desirability are reflected in the prices they can get. These can go for well over $100,000. Interestingly, an engine option even more potent than the 425 horsepower 409 was offered in 1963 in the form of the Z11 option. This was a modified 409 which increased its displacement to 427 cubic inches and was factory underrated at 430 horsepower, probably put out closer to 500 horsepower. Only approximately 50 cars were ever produced with the Z11 option, and were for drag racing and NASCAR applications only, and not available to the general public or for street use. Now on to our next low-key undercover muscle car. If you wanted a 427 engine in your Chevrolet car, you had to order a Corvette or a large-bodied car such as the Impala, Bel Air, or Biscayne, and some people did just that. This brings us to the very special and rare Chevrolet factory sleeper, the 1965 through 1966 L72 Chevrolet Biscayne with 4-speed manual transmission. For these years, 5 different engine sizes could be configured for a total of 7 different power output choices in the Chevy large car lineup. Those in the know, and who wanted to spend an extra $444, ordered the Biscayne, the lightest large Chevrolet with the largest, most powerful engine offered, the solid lifter L72, a 427 cubic inch, 425 horsepower big block monster. This engine was the choice powertrain to net you the quickest, large-bodied Chevrolet. Configured this way, the L72 was 170 pounds lighter than a comparably equipped Impala SS. The Biscayne could do the 0 to 60 sprint in 5.9 seconds and the quarter mile in 14.3 seconds. Very impressive for a large car back then. Only between 166 and 200 of these bare-bones, low-key, stealthy factory hot rod cars were produced. It is believed that less than 12 well-documented original cars survive to this day. This makes this car extremely rare and quite valuable. At auction, restored, original, well-documented L72 Biscaynes go for over $100,000. It is only today, in the modern muscle car wars, that these types of power figures are being matched and eclipsed. So you can only imagine how impressive this was over 5 decades ago. And at our final stop through Sleeper Car Valhalla, we find a car from the mid-1960s that started out its first 2 model years of existence with not even a single V8 engine offered as an option. This car could only be ordered with a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder engine in 1962 and 1963. In 1964 and 65, these cars received V8 engine options, with the Apex engine coming in 1966. This laid down the framework for no-nonsense hot rodder types finally being able to configure a lightweight surprise sleeper that could be ordered from the factory and could take on the pesky Mustang. That car was the 1966 Chevy II Series 100 2-door, ordered with the L79 option. A 327 cubic inch, 350 horsepower engine with a 4-speed manual transmission and positive traction rear differential, and little else. This was the engine from the Corvette. Some even went as far as to order their cars with factory deleted heaters and radios to shave even more weight off this 2,900 pound car, with a stellar power to weight ratio of 1 horsepower for each 8.3 pounds of vehicle mass, the lowest in our series of 4 cars showcased in this video. This car had no chrome trim and was as basic and unassuming looking as it got. If you got close enough while I was running, the telltale sound of the small block L79 might give away its secret. This car could do the quarter mile in the low 13-second range in 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Quite a quick little undercover muscle car, I would say. Try to even find one today to buy, even if you had at least $100,000 burning a hole in your pocket for a collector-grade example. They are super rare and hardly ever come up for sale or auction. They don't make them like these anymore. It's impossible to go to a dealer and order their base model with the hairiest engine in the model lineup. Those engines go into the high-dollar performance versions of the car. It kind of makes sense though. Back then you could stuff a high-output engine into the base model car that wasn't engineered for that engine. This resulted in a car that usually wouldn't handle or brake very well and was only good for going fast in a straight line, like for drag racing. Now, cars sold with the top-of-the-line high-performance engines are engineered in their entirety to accommodate the additional power output and not only go fast in a straight line, but also handle and brake well. But the cars we looked at today were truly remarkable and an exercise in simplicity, power, and a pure expression of function over form. I hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe by clicking on the button below. I really do appreciate your support.